Okay, so it is 1:20 a.m. right now, and it is Sunday night. I'm doing the reflecting over my past week. If you don't know, if you haven't been watching, I basically write what I do every day on a Google Doc. And I had some weekly goals that I set, and I'm trying to see if I hit the goals. So one of the goals was to film these videos every day for a week. So I did do that, so check that off. And it's crazy, it's been a week already of me recording. When you are consciously doing something every single day, you realize how fast time can go. And you gotta when you're accountable, it makes it better, it just does. I wanted to make 1,200 this week. I actually crossed that. So next week, we're gonna be aiming for 1,500. I wanted to read 100 pages in a book. I actually didn't do that this week. So yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. I have a plan for that next week. I wanted to add an industry expert to the team. I actually got that done. So that's checked off. I wanted to schedule an accounting firm meeting, at least one, and I came up short on that. I'll get to that in a second. So yeah, I want to study QLA every day, and I watched over 137 videos total over the past week. I actually counted them. That's a lot. I feel like I'm getting it's like my brain's like a computer, and it's about to burn out from these videos. I've been listening to too many of them, man, too many. I love the hardcore videos though. Hardcore is like a different section within QLA. I really like those videos. I wanted to visit the club that I joined, which is it's like a CEO club, like a rich people country club kind of thing. I wanted to go at least once, and I did do that. Every week, I'm gonna try to connect with people. At least, I'm gonna spend at least one day doing that. And yeah, the main thing is the accounting firm and the industry expert that I added. So next week's goals, we read affirmations every day. So I actually missed one day last week. I didn't read the affirmations every day. And I wanted to work out every day. I only worked out 6 days out of the 7, which honestly is better. If I worked out today, it would have been 7, and I don't have enough time to work out today. So I'm gonna just write it off as, getting my body some rest. I wanna make 1,500 this week compared to 1,200 last week. I wanna make 5 accounting firm meetings. Even though I didn't do 1 last week, this week I'm gonna aim for 5. And I'm gonna tell you how. So if I could get 5 meetings, then it means I have an accounting firm. Because 1 out of the 5 is for sure gonna, be down to work with our team. Yeah, if you don't know, I'm also working on a mentor list. I'm making a big list of a bunch of people that are successful in the exact endeavor that I'm trying to accomplish. And my goal for that is to make a mentor list and connect with them via phone or email. A minimum of 5 of them. I have to connect with a minimum of 5. So the list isn't even built. I don't have all the names. I don't have phone numbers. I don't have emails. I don't have anything. So minimum of 5 on top of the accounting firm meetings. I want to work out at least 5 days this week, minimum 5 days. I'm going to go to the club at least one day. It's not going to take the whole day, but I'm going to go at least once. I'm going to make my bed every day. And I want to, so here's another thing. The last week, I feel like I've been slacking because my mornings weren't very strong. They were either very slow or, I aimed to wake up at 7. I woke up at 8, 8:30-ish, 9. and that's been eating into my time. You know, my body wants to sleep. I haven't decided how I'm gonna do the sleep yet, because my body likes to get like 7-8 hours of sleep, but some days I'm gonna have like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. So I need to have at least 1 or 2 days in the week where I catch up on sleep so I could maintain that. So I put wake up at 7 a.m. every day except for Sunday. So Sunday I'm gonna catch up on my sleep. And for the 100 pages, read 100 pages in a book, I'm gonna leave that to one day instead of dividing the 100 pages by every single day. I'm not gonna focus on it like that. That's just it spreads my work too thin. I like to focus and get in the zone. So I'm gonna read 100 on Sunday. Blah 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 blah. I got my weekly setup right now. I think you guys should do that too. It makes me reflect, really. Like, I see exactly what happened in my past week and how next week could be better. I have to focus on the mornings. The morning time is my detriment right now. Need to focus in the mornings. So for the accounting firms, I haven't even scheduled one last week, but this week I want to schedule 5. So this week I'm gonna hit cold calls, man. I had some guy, I paid him like $20 to give me a list of the top accounting firms in Dallas. And this guy, first of all, I want to test him. I try to do law firms, top law firms in Dallas. He gave me a list of like random law firms in Dallas. I'm like, bro, this isn't even what I asked for. It's like, you know what? Forget it. Don't even do that. Do the top accounting firms in Dallas. Do that instead. He's like, okay, got you. And he gave me back a list that was just random accounting firms in Dallas. Like, this guy is like jerking me around, bro. Like, this guy's fucking wasting my time. I really suck at making these lists. It is so time consuming, and I just feel like anxious when I'm sitting down, spending all that time on something that's not very efficient. Like, I could have been contacting these people. It could have been way better results than me just researching, looking, typing. Bro, that's very robotic. I'll pay a robot $20, spit out a paper and then let's go, I'd rather do it like that. I spend less time making the $20 than making the list myself. So basically, I told him, bro, this is not the list I wanted. You're wasting my time, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, okay, I'll get it back to you in 12 hours. Or no, he said like within the same day. He still hasn't given it back to me. So I'm like losing hope in this guy. He gave me a list of random accounting firms. So today, I basically took I emailed like 120 people from that list about what we're doing. I had like an email template with like our executive summary and our board of directors and a list of questions that I had about their firm. And I sent 120 emails. So tomorrow I'm gonna have some kind of result from random firms. I don't know if they're even big enough to work with us, but I'm gonna see tomorrow who replies, what happens. And I'm gonna hit at least 50 phone calls to accounting firms. So that should take me, since they're probably gonna answer, a lot of them are gonna answer the phone, it will probably take me, a good hour or 2 to do that. Overestimating, but I'm gonna hit calls. I'm gonna reply to the emails. I'm gonna build my mentor list. I'm gonna get more names, and then I'm gonna pay either this guy if he gives me good work, or I'm gonna find a whole different person. I'm gonna pay him some money, and he's gonna give me a list of the names I give him. He's gonna give it to me with phone numbers and emails that, there could be multiple different options, after child options. And I'm gonna try to hit these people up, man. And these people are billionaires. Like, the list I'm looking at, all of them are billionaires. So my biggest concern right now, even though I'm building the list, there's another layer to it. Like, even if I am able to contact these people and have their phone number, I have to, have a very convincing pitch. And my pitch, basically the goal is to contact them and meet them for lunch, no matter where it is in the country. I don't care where it is. I'm gonna go meet them. We're gonna sit down and talk. I don't care where it is, but that's my goal. Contact them, go and meet them. That's my goal, right? Now, how do I contact them and convince them to actually meet me? And on top of that, how do I call them, contact them, and convince them that I'm not some kind of weirdo? Like, I'm sure they have a bunch of security risks. They probably are always watching their back. Me, I'm genuinely just like trying to get their advice, guidance and expertise. Like, but they do say the road to hell was paved with good intentions. So you can't really blame these people for thinking like that. It's really just a numbers game. So I have to figure out a good pitch. Doesn't have to be elaborate, but I have to figure something out for that. So, yeah. Accounting firms. And then I have to make $1,500 this week. So I'm thinking I do $300 a day for 5 days, or I do like $300 a day for 3 days and then split the rest like over the rest of the week. Maybe per day, or leave one day off, maybe. Make bed every day. Making bed is easy. Been doing that every day. But once you make your bed, it's like, that's like the stamp. You have to get up after that. You can't go back to sleep, Another big worry that I have right now is that my car has been making weird noises. So that might really affect the 1,500 goal that I have right now, because if my car's not working, I can't be making money. So that one really sucks. And tomorrow, I have a whole day scheduled out, but yeah, I still have to fix my car. So it might really, really screw with my schedule if it's not something quick. That would really, really piss me off. I hate dealing with that kind of stuff. So what else? Yeah, what did I do today, right? So today I emailed 120 people. I was talking to the person about the list. I was building the list of mentors. So I was basically researching billionaires for a couple hours today, maybe 1-2 hours. And then the other hours I was doing all the other stuff. But a lot of these billionaires were Jewish, or a lot of the ones I read about were Jewish. And there was another thing I noticed too. A lot of them had like commonality in a few things. One of them, he had a book. Let me find it real quick. I actually downloaded it. It is called Margin of Safety. So this guy had a book called Margin of Safety, and it goes like he's selling it for $3,000 for a book. So I went online, and I'm not gonna say where I found it, but I basically got it for free. All right, you guys could see me better like that. But yeah, I bought it. Or I didn't buy it. I downloaded it off the internet for free. So that's an interesting book written by a billionaire from current times. What else did I notice? There's a few things. So another thing I did today, today was like a day where I was doing connecting. Like, remember how I said I'm going to spend 1 day a week trying to connect with people? So yeah, I met this kid who has a roofing company, and he makes like $50,000 profit every month. And it's pretty crazy, man. We were talking about it. He's only 19 years old. He's also like a D1 athlete. He had scholarships, but he decided not to do it, to do roofing. But man, this kid's 19 and he's doing that. This is why it's important to connect with people in real life. It's different in real life, man. It's really just different. But yeah, this journey makes me realize that like there's always fear. And the thing is, not everyone is so different. Like, people are a lot more similar than you'd expect. Like, everyone has the same fear. You know, everyone fears failing. Everyone fears and hates rejection. No matter how good of a salesman you are, you still hate rejection. It always bothers you. You fear it. You know, you don't like it. And I think the difference is, like, with me, is that my fear of failing, you know, because if you fail, you look bad and it sucks. You deal with all this bad stuff, so you fear it, right? My fear of failing is far, far, far outweighed by my fear of not winning. So in my head, not having the win, not having money, which is the win, not having that is a bigger fear than dealing with failure. So it's like I have both. We're both similar, but the difference is this is outweighed compared to this one, you know? So therefore I take action. I'm more scared of not winning than scared of losing. That's really the difference. And another thing I was thinking about was, like, these videos, man. Like, am I really doing something about making these videos? Like, why am I? It's kind of embarrassing to be making these videos. It really is. Like, if someone I know sees this and they see, like, you know, me sleeping on the floor, or like what I'm doing for work and, like, not going to school, like, bro, this guy's a loser, bro, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of embarrassing. Why am I making these videos? Plus, like, let's say if it worked, is it better to have money and, like, be anonymous and silent? Or is it better to have money and have fame and respect, or not fame, but like status? What's better? And, you know, I drive a lot. I drive and think a lot. So I watch a lot of YouTube, not even watch, like, I listen. And I heard someone say an analogy. It was like, would you rather live like a prince or like a king? And the analogy is like a king, everyone knows who the king is, you know? He got targets on his back, etc. But he lives like a king, you know? He gets the good and the bad. But the prince really lives like the king, you know? He's not like a peasant. Like, a peasant is someone who's not known and doesn't have power. The king is known and has power. The prince is not known but has power, but not as much power as the king. So what would you rather live like? The king or the peasant? Yeah. So another thing was, like, when I was talking to this person today about his roofing company, he was telling me, I asked him, like, what's the biggest obstacle? What's the biggest challenge? What's the biggest problem you have right now in your business? And a lot of times I always hear about, like, finding good employees, like finding good members for your team. That's oftentimes the hard part. Then I was thinking about it, because I like to think about my wording and what I say when I speak, like, be very specific with my words when I try to explain my thoughts. And I was like, okay, what's the biggest problem you have in your business? But, like, at his point, it's not, I don't know if problem is the right word, you know? Like, wait 1 second. Yeah, like, a challenge is like, this is a super weird analogy. A challenge is more like having trouble having an orgasm between the 6th and 7th time. That's like a challenge, right? But a problem is not even able to have an orgasm at all. Like the first one, you can't even have the first one. That's a problem. But not able to have the seventh one, that's a challenge. You see what I'm saying? So is your problem a challenge or is it a problem? You know, it's better to identify so then you could attack, you know what I mean? The right way. Yeah, but we had an interesting conversation. 20 minutes, damn. If you're still watching, you're a real one. I'm gonna head to sleep. It's late. It's almost 2. Yeah, peace out.